Hey, you guys. So I'm curious, does the ball of your foot hurt? Do you really notice it when you walk, almost like there's a pebble in the front of your shoe? Or you want to keep looking at the sole of your foot like something might be there? And the longer you're on your feet, the pain gets worse? It's really easy to assume that the problem's there in the front of your foot. And if you take care of the front of your foot, it'll go away. But what if that's simply where the body's been carrying too much of the load, and that's what's happened over time? Because sometimes the place that hurts isn't where the story begins. So today we're going to explore why pain under the ball of the foot often begins long before the foot itself starts hurting, and how posture, your calf position, and the movement in your ankles influence where you place your weight. I'll share a few gentle movement ideas that'll help the body discover a more balanced foundation in how you stand. And I hope that you'll begin to think less about treating just that one painful spot and more about understanding why did it become overloaded in the first place? And more importantly, what can you do about it? I'm Dr. Melanie Carlone. I'm a physical therapist, a somatic practitioner of almost 4 decades, unbelievable, and someone who knows and believes that the body's always adapting in these really intelligent ways. We just have to learn to work with it. And one of the things I love about feet is they're incredibly honest. Every step tells the truth about how you're holding yourself. I often look at people's old shoes. I ask them to bring their old shoes when they come in to understand their movement. They really quietly reveal how the body's been organized above them. And when something changes higher up, the feet carry the consequences. So that's why I really rarely think of foot pain as simply a foot problem. I get really curious about the whole journey in the body that brought the person there. So think about it. The shape of the foot reveals how the foot moves. Every step you take, your weight should travel smoothly. The heel receives you. You roll along the outer foot, and the arch helps distribute that load. And then the forefoot stabilizes, and you push away the ground behind you. And it's a really beautiful sequence. If you look at the sole of your foot, you'll see that pattern in it. Standing so you can change it. So one of the first places I get curious about isn't the painful spot, although we help that, it's the back of the legs. When the calves and the Achilles gradually lose adaptability and flexibility, they start to lose shape. Well, the body wants to keep walking, so it has to find another strategy because these aren't giving like they used to. And so many people start, as this pulls, they start living forward on the feet. And it happens gradually. And over time, the nervous system just accepts it as normal until the ball of the foot has so much weight on it over time it starts asking for help. So if the calves and the Achilles influence where you stand, what is it that teaches the calves to be that way? The nervous system's always learning. Whatever position you spend the most time in, it starts to treat as home. That's where you belong. Hours of sitting with your weight forward, your hip flexors getting shortened, leaning over your phones and computers, your head going forward, shoes that limit natural movement, old injuries that pull you to one side, even stress in your everyday life influences how you organize yourself over your feet. And none of these things are inherently bad. You're just teaching your body movement patterns, and if you don't have other patterns, over time that pattern becomes posture. And posture changes load, and load changes tissue. Literally changes the structure of the tissue. And then your foot starts to speak up, not because it failed, because it adapted. So instead of asking the foot, what can I do to tolerate more pressure? What if we taught the whole body to share the load differently? All right, so first let's become aware. Let's do a somatic awareness. So stand up if that's comfortable and close your eyes and march in place. All right, just up and down. March up and down, close your eyes if you're stable. And now stop. And just like you're talking to a friend, just settle in and now bring your awareness to your feet. Don't change anything. Where's your weight? Are you more on one side than the other? Do you find weight on the front of the feet? Is there even any real weight on your heels? Is there a lot of weight on your heels and not the front? I'd love to hear what you discover, because sometimes awareness alone, just being thoughtful around it, can start to change the pattern. So let's go into some movement ideas that you can explore around your feet and your ankles. And feel free to adapt them, what feels appropriate for your own body. None of this should be painful. So the first thing I want you to be aware of is you have a tripod foot. You have 3 points, 3 main points on your foot. So again, come to stand up and feel 3 points beneath each foot, okay? So just notice, feel your heel, the ball of your little toe, not the toe, but the pad, and the big toe, behind the big toe on the pad of the foot. Now press these 3 points down on each side, almost like a cup. Press them down and imagine lifting in between. The arch, the middle arch, from the big toe to the little toe, lift. Almost like cupping your feet like you would cup your hands. Lift your toes up and set them back down. It's not a toe thing. And take a few slow breaths there. Really feel the tripod foot. Heel, ball of the little toe, ball of the big toe. And breathe into your low back. And now imagine, what could you do to release some of the stress of the holding and still keep that position with integrity? Just notice. This probably feels weird. It probably doesn't feel like how you really stand. But think about it. That's how posture works. Over time, being a little off starts to feel normal, and coming back into alignment with gravity feels weird. So in this case, weird is good. Weird can sometimes be really good. But anyway, that's another story. So, tripod foot, heel, ball of the little toe, ball of the big toe. Pressing down, lifting up. All right. Notice now, you've brought into your awareness, how is it that you stand? Now, let's work with the ankles a little bit. Sit down and put one leg in front of you and slowly make controlled ankle circles. So I want you to fan your toes and curl them. Fan your toes and curl them. Let your breath go with you. Out, down, in. And notice if there's one part of the circle that's abbreviated or feels kind of hesitant, just pause briefly there. Notice it. Go back and forth. Scrub it a little bit and just breathe. You're giving your ankle movement awareness and options. Now go the other way. Up, close and down. Those movement options start to change what's possible in your foot. How many of you recognize limitation? If you try to really go slowly, go slow, and have it be a smooth circle, it's hard to do. Feel that foot. Pretty cool, right? Now go ahead and switch and come to the other side. Heel down and start to circle the ankles. Up and around. Beautiful, right? All right. Very powerful. Now let's bring a little more proprioceptive awareness into the feet. And we're going to use a ball. So, tennis ball, this is a therapy ball. You don't have to spend a fortune on it. But I want you to get a ball, and we're going to go ahead and do a tennis ball release on the feet. So, while you're sitting at first, but you can do it standing. And actually, you know what I do? I keep a ball in the cup in the bathroom. So whenever I'm brushing my teeth, I do my feet. So twice a day, I'm working my feet. And that is not a bad idea. Make a tiny habit out of something you do regularly, and you'll start to shift the way that you do things. So you're going to be sitting right now. I want you to put the tennis ball under your foot, and I want you to press down and up on the arch and start to feel in and out of the arch. And you'll probably have some points that are a little tender. Just notice. And now come to the heel. So put your toes down and press the heel down into the ball. And allow yourself to become aware again of tender spots. For a lot of us, the inside feels really good. And now the forefoot. Press down. Let your toes kind of drape over the ball. Go from the inside to the outside and work the forefoot. Right? No pain, just release. Now come back to the arch where it was tender. Press down on the tender spot, not brutally, with compassion. Press down on it and give it a wiggle. Start to move the fascia. Start to activate the structured water in your fascia to be pushing in and out and enlivening itself. The nerve endings, the lymphatics in the area, all of it benefit, all right? Work that arch. And then put your toes down and come to the heel and find that spot and just work it. Breathe in your low back. Give the message to the nervous system. Everything's cool. Don't need to be uptight about this. The whole body can relax, less inflamed, stimulate the parasympathetic system. The body loves that. And then come to the forefoot and same thing. Find the tender spot. For me, it's on the outside towards the little toe. And just wiggle, right? Pretty cool. Now, we're going to bring the fascia in a long roll. So you're going to press down at the big toe and you're going to glide down to the heel. Second toe, press, glide to the heel. If you're doing this standing, don't put a heck of a lot of weight on, just enough that it feels good. Third toe, you can do it 5 times because you got 5 toes. Fourth toe and the fifth toe, gliding down. Okay, so now you've moved the fascia long ways. Now let's move it side to side. We're going to scrub it. So put that ball in your arch and just back and forth. Heel down, forefoot, go in your arch. If you find a spot that's tender, work it. No need to push hard. Now the forefoot. Drape your arch of your foot over that ball. And rather than trying to force it, just relax. And now toes down, work your heel. All right? Now this time, before you do the other foot, stand up again. Just stand up right now and notice the difference between your feet. That's activating mechanoreceptors, proprioceptors, lymphatics, circulation. Look at the difference between one foot and the other. Notice that your weight settles completely different on one foot and the other. Imagine doing that twice a day. You will start to create a difference in your feet. Most of us walk our lives in these shoes that are like little coffins on our feet. Get out of those shoes and work your feet. It's very powerful. All right, go ahead and do the other one. Again, pressing the arch, finding the spots, the forefoot, the heel. And then coming back to the tender spots, working them. Then going from toe to heel, 5 times each one. And then going side to side, right? Makes some sense. One of the biggest misconceptions about pain in the foot is that the foot is where the answer is going to come. You just need to have stronger feet. You just need to work on those particular spots. That all matters. Strength matters, distribution matters. But what is really key is what is above. How do your ankles move? What are your calves doing? Where's your weight of gravity in your pelvis? Because as your posture becomes more balanced, your feet no longer have to absorb so much by themselves. The goal isn't trying to get one area to become tougher or stronger. It's helping your whole body get more cooperative. So if the ball of your foot's been hurting, I hope today's conversation gives you a different perspective. Because the pain may not be telling you that your foot is weak or your shoes are wrong. That may be the case, but it may be telling you that you're carrying more than your share in one part of the foot for a very long time. Our bodies are really generous. But when you help redistribute the work and you listen, your body responds in beautiful ways. I often say, if you take one step towards your body with compassion and awareness, it takes 1,000 steps back towards you. So if you've tried these movement ideas, I'd love to know what you noticed. Did standing feel different? Your weight shift? Was walking a little easier? Leave me a comment. Let me know. And if this video helped you think differently about your foot pain, like it, subscribe, do the thing that helps. It really makes a difference. And move with kindness with yourself. Breathe with awareness. Bring yourself to present moment awareness. What's your body trying to tell you? Because sometimes healing doesn't begin where the pain is. Sometimes it begins by noticing where the load has been too much. Thank you, Gaias. If you're interested, go to my website, alignrenewthrive.com. I'm here in Eugene, Oregon, and I'd love to interact with you however it makes sense. I hope that you stay well. Until the next time, bye-bye.